Hey guys, good morning. A lot changed over the past week. I'm no longer living in Pennsylvania. I moved to Princeton, New Jersey, to an Oxford house. I live with some great guys. I've spent the last week getting to know them. I'm back at work, which is stressful in its own way. I am registered for an IOP program close to work that's going to start on Monday. It will be 4 days a week, 3 hours a day of group therapy. I'll have my own counselor, regular screenings by the doctor. Things change really quickly, and I kind of wanted to talk about last week a little bit. I went on an interview Sunday night to this house that I'm living at in Princeton. It was a very pleasant interview. The questions that were asked of me were deep, things along the lines of, what am I going to do differently this time in recovery? What can I offer the house? Do I have a means of supporting myself? Do I think I'm ready to leave a more structured living situation? I was not necessarily sure how they would interpret my answers, but it seemed like it was convincing enough. I plan on following through with being helpful, working on myself, practicing my spirituality on a daily basis, being able to contribute to society in one way or another. It's crazy how things work out. I spent the better part of last week completely worried that I was not going to make it into an Oxford house because everything I was looking at was full. There were no vacancies anywhere near the central New Jersey area. And I found myself trying every which way, making phone calls, trying to exhaust my contacts, calling multiple times, sometimes even on the same day, asking if anything was available, and just nothing was working out for me. So I decided to apply step one to my life. I'm powerless over a lot of things, and this seemed to be one of them. I had taken all the right steps, and I had given myself enough time that I had a few weeks before I had to make a final decision as to where I'd be staying. So it wasn't going to affect me too much not getting in this week. When I have my mind set on something, it becomes my sole focus. It's almost an obsession at that point. When this opportunity came up on Sunday, I took it immediately. I think it's just me putting in the footwork and my higher power paving the path for me. I couldn't be in a happier place. As of now, I don't have a roommate, so my room is quite spacious. I finished setting it up. I have one table left to bring from my parents' house, which will become the studio table, and I will do my music writing and my film editing and book work, drawing, working on my shirts, all from there. So right now, it's a little empty. Things haven't changed too much, When I got back to work, I was almost surprised as to how little impact I had on the company as a whole, and how insignificant my impact was on my clients. Just because I wasn't there didn't mean that work had stopped. It was actually going along pretty well. I actually got to a meeting about an hour and a half early. My sponsor asked me to come a little early to help him with a commitment of his, and I will be signing up for my own commitment. Some of you might be in a similar situation where life might be changing very quickly in front of you. The program has taught me a series of steps to help with dealing with things. For the most part, they help. I was talking to a friend of mine last night. It's not like I don't feel any more that I'm sober. I actually feel like I feel more. My emotions are higher and lower. I have a difficult time sometimes, first of all, identifying them, and that's something I work with my sponsor on a daily basis. Coming up with the right word to figure out how I'm feeling. I tend to trick myself, and usually there's a deeper underlying feeling that I just haven't gotten down to because I like to look at things at surface level and keep them there. It's a lot less painful, in my opinion. Dealing with stress, it hasn't been terrible. My anxiety's been up and down in a given situation, but for the most part, I feel like I can handle things that are coming at me. I don't have the poor influences in my life anymore that let me believe that it's okay to go out and drink or do drugs and still be functioning. My relapse had definitely taught me that I can't at all go near drinking or drugging, because I don't stop at 1 or 2 or 3. I go till blackout. And I don't know why I can't control that, but it's just something that I have come to realize and accept. If I surround myself with other people who are sober and clean, it's really not that bad. Instead of going out to the bar, going out to a restaurant or the movies or shopping, you know, it's crazy how much money I would spend on alcohol maintenance. I mean, it really was at that point where I was drinking just to function. If I didn't get a drink or two in me, my body would start to shut down, and it was really difficult. I definitely felt like a slave to alcohol. I was prisoned by drugs. I had no real understanding as to why this was happening to me. I didn't know how to get out of it. I have to head inside now. My sponsor's waiting on me. Alright, I'll catch you guys later. Bye.